I'll narrate a story. Understand the truth behind the story. So you can understand the principle I'm going to explain. The principle I'm going to explain is science of rejuvenation through collective integrity. You can understand that principle if you understand this story. All of us know Paramashiva gave Sudarshan Chakra to Vishnu. Oh Parandama, forgive me. In any way, I portray you, create any misunderstanding knowingly or unknowingly. I'm just trying to narrate the story of Kailasa in the human language, which is very inadequate. Error is language, not the spirit or intention. Listen to the story. I'm not showing Parandama, Mahavishnu, in any way lower. But when I am talking in the logic, in the language, which you all understand, it is always the comparison of higher, lower. So when I say Paramashiva gave Sudarshana Chakra to Vishnu, don't think Vishnu is some way lower. He is far more superior than you and me. So be very clear about that. So because of the language I am using, don't think, oh, Vishnu. Oh. I have seen so many Indians strongly think Narada is like a comedian, because all over India, in all language, religious movies, they show Narada as a comedian. Hey, he's a great rishi, guru of Valmiki, who wrote Ramayana. All of you need to know, Valmiki gave the script for Parandama to come and enact as Rama. Don't think Ramayana was written after Rama existed. Valmiki gave the script for Rama to come and enact. That great person, Valmiki, for Valmiki, Narada is Guru. But these Indian movies try to show Narada as a comedian. No. So, the language I am using, based on that, don't try to judge Vishnu. Listen to the truth I am trying to explain. So, all of us know that Vishnu did tapas towards Paramashiva, and Paramashiva gave Sudarshana Chakra for Vishnu to protect this creation. And once Daksha, the Brahma's son, did tapas towards Vishnu and got the boon, Vishnu should protect him forever. Vishnu also gave the boon. And unfortunately, Daksha messed up with Paramashiva directly in the issue of Sati, means his daughter, Daksha's daughter Sati. She wanted to be with Paramashiva, but Daksha had his own opinions, and he is so highly opinionated due to his ego and arrogance, and he tried to fight with Paramashiva, and that stupid things were going on, and and in his extreme attachment for his daughter, he started going against Paramashiva, but finally he went against his own daughter. That is the delusion and the blind spots. When you create a delusion and delusion-based anger and violence, it will not be directed only towards your enemy. It will be directed even towards the people whom you love, and finally it will direct itself towards you, and it's like a suicide. That is why the blind spot centric arrogance, the delusion based arrogance and violence is always not just murderous, it is suicidal. So this guy Daksha got into that mess. And again I wanted to tell you all, based on this story which I am narrating, don't try to underestimate Daksha also. He is surely far higher than you. So these are the stories from the different plane. So remember that and learn only the truth. Learn the truth that you should not get into the deluded arrogance and deluded violence and deluded vengeance. Learn the truth and don't try to judge Daksha. Anyhow. So this Daksha did a yajna, disrespecting Paramashiva without offering the offerings to Paramashiva. Sati came directly, Parashakti came directly to teach lesson to Daksha, but unfortunately Daksha not only did not listen. See, when your deluded arrogance and anger is directed towards Paramashiva, then naturally it destroys you. So this fellow, his extreme attachment to his daughter, he developed anger towards Paramashiva. Finally, that same anger, due to his delusion, he directed it towards his own daughter, for whom he developed anger towards Paramashiva. And then finally that anger destroyed him. He directed that same anger on Sati, and Sati just gave the body back, the body given by Daksha. She just threw it back, because Daksha prayed to Devi Parashakti and begged for Parashakti to come down as his daughter. But the fool has forgotten. He brought Parashakti herself as his daughter, and he became deluded. Anyhow, you all know the story that she gave up the body Daksha gave and showed her original form of Dasamahavidya, that she is Parashakti. And then Paramashiva manifested as Veerabhadra to come and teach a lesson to this Daksha's arrogance. Vishnu is caught because he gave a commitment to Daksha. He gave a word to Daksha that he will protect Daksha forever. He has to maintain his integrity. So, when Paramashiva came directly to finish the Daksha Yagna in the form of Veerabhadra and Daksha to teach lesson to the Daksha Daksha's, to remove Daksha's arrogance. Vishnu saw what can be done. One side, my integrity, my commitment to my disciples, my devotees, that I have given a word, I will protect him forever. Other side, Paramashiva. What to do? He decided, okay, let me try my best to keep my words. With all Paramashiva gave me. So he took the Sudarshan Chakra and said, Paramashiva, this is the greatest weapon you gave me to protect this creation. And I have given a word to this fellow, Daksha, that I have to protect him. Because I gave a word, I will protect him forever. My maximum capacity to protect is Sudarshan Chakra. Now I am sending this towards you to protect my integrity, to keep my integrity. So he sends the chakra towards Paramashiva. Simply one of that Brahma Kapala, which Paramashiva was wearing, that Kapala just swallowed that Sudarshan Chakra. Like a murku. If you know the Indian snack murku, how you grab the murku and smash in your mouth. Same way, one of the Brahma Kapala Paramashiva was wearing, it just grabbed that Sudarshan Chakra and bag over and kept it under his teeth. And then Vishnu looked at Daksha and said, see, my maximum capacity is my Sudarshan Chakra. I have sent that. So I have tried everything possible by me to keep my words, to protect you. Now, nothing more can be done, and he returned to Vaikuntha. He went back to Vaikuntha, and of course, you all know the story that Veerabhadra came and cut the head of Daksha to teach lesson and remove his arrogance. Then Daksha's wife comes and cries to Mahadeva and prays to Mahadeva, and Mahadeva says, I am not against him. I am only against his arrogance. So, he is not my enemy. Only the part of his arrogance is need to be removed. The arrogance need to be taught a lesson. So, he removes the cancer and gives him back a different head, a goat head, and gives life to Daksha. This story has a very deep significance. Women's Muladhara Chakra, man's Sahasrara Chakra. This too is the source for a child to manifest. So, it is this fellow's arrogance. From that biomemory, Sati's body also had one component. That is the reason Sati gave up that very body. So naturally, if his head is punished, that is enough. He doesn't need to lose life. You all need to know, life is prior to body and it will continue to exist even after body. The beauty of studying Hindu Puranas, it is not just history, it is principled, philosophically defined, real history. All of you need to know. That is why only if you understand the philosophy, you will understand Hindu histories are far more true, factual, real, right than the so-called modern human histories. so-called modern human histories. So if you study even one Purana, you will understand all the major cosmic principles and truths completely. It's a very powerful revelation, very powerful truth. So Paramashiva just removes only the tumor, gives life back to him with a goat head, and the story goes. All this is okay. But in this whole drama, Vishnu lost chakra. His Sudarshan Chakra. Now, how he will protect the world? He has to protect the world, his devotees. There are so many things need to be done, which is dependent on his Sudarshan Chakra. Then he prays to Paramashiva, starts meditating again, doing tapas. Mahadeva, please give that Sudarshan Chakra back. I have to maintain this universe. I have to protect this universe as per your order. Because you ordained me to protect this universe. In this, I got into the mess by giving a commitment to Daksha. I never imagined this fool will go against you and create a mess for me also. It is extremely stupid. So Kalabhairava appears and asks Vishnu, come on, tell me, what do you want? Vishnu says, give me that Sudarshan Chakra back. And Mahadeva just looked on the skull garlands he was wearing. Hey, where is that Sudarshan Chakra? Who is having? One skull said, I'm only having it's in my teeth. I just grabbed it because I was the nearest one. When the chakra was coming, I just grabbed it and it's in my teeth. And Mahadeva says, hey, give it back to him. That Brahmakapala said, Mahadeva, I am ready to give now because I always obey your order. Immediately I'll give it back. But I want him to do completion. How dare he sends his Sudarshana Chakra towards you? Let him reenact how he did it. Then I'll give it back. See, listen. Without the background music, you see anyone's dance, it not only it lose the context, you will laugh like anything. Without the background music, if you see anybody's dance, you will laugh like anything because it will look like a joke, comedy. Same way, without the emotion, see, when somebody acted out of anger, without the anger, same emotion, same spontaneity, if that person acts out the same thing, it will look like a comedy. Completion is all about making all your past lose its importance or its power over you. So now, Vishnu does the same act. How he spontaneously sent his Sudarshan Chakra without the same emotion. Then this Brahmakapala, he laughs loudly. In that loud laughter, that Sudarshan Chakra comes out and falls on the ground. And Vishnu touches Mahadeva's feet. From the Mahadeva's feet, he receives the Sudarshan Chakra. O Parandama, forgive me. Anyway, I portrayed you in a dim light. All of you, listen. Once again, I want to repeat. Don't ever underestimate Parandama Mahavishnu listening to this story. The story is told to show the greatness of Paramashiva, but not to show Parandama in any dim light or low idea. So be very clear. Understand the principle. Don't try to have low idea even about Daksha. So these cosmic stories, just understand the principle I am trying to convey. Don't try to do your own gadbad, your own judging and creating mess. In Sati's whole existence, the deep devotion of mother, but the arrogance of the father, both got into her system. The muscle memory of the deep devotion of mother made her fall in love with Paramashiva, but the arrogance strain came from father's biomemory. That made even Sati disobey Mahadeva and come from Kailasa to Mayapuri. Mayapuri is the present day Haridwar. To teach lesson to Daksha. Mahadeva told, hey, he will not listen. Listen. She should have obeyed Mahadeva's strategy. But the strain of Daksha, because of Daksha's own biomemory, she thought she can teach a lesson to Daksha. She taught a lesson in a different way, but anyhow, understand the story, whatever has happened. And the multiple important truths you need to understand. Even if the black hole swallows, the thing swallowed by the black holes does not die. It continues to exist in a different plane. For example, if the Brahma set is cut off, it is supposed to be dead. That's why the world calls it as a skull. But that skull is not dead. It is so powerful even to swallow the Vishnu Chakra. Sudarshan Chakra like a murk snack. So listen carefully. You don't have death. There's nothing called destruction. I am only saying, die after realizing there is no death. Don't die before that. Because if you die before realizing there is no death, you may have death, but not the real undying experience. Listen carefully. Even if you die by being with Guru, he will show you the undying component of you when your body stops functioning. Even your death will be liberation. If you die without Guru, you may have death, but not the liberation or realization of undying during the death. You will be just born again and again. What? Dying. Even if you live without Guru, it's worse than death. Even if you die with Guru, it's much beyond than life and death. With Guru, everything is okay. Without Guru, nothing is okay. Is the truth. Brahma Kapala, Brahma's head, even if it is cut by Kala Bhairava and decides to be with Kala Bhairava, it doesn't die. Because after the Brahma's head was removed, Brahma realized his arrogance and surrendered to Mahadeva. That is why the Brahma Kapalas don't die. Listen carefully. With Guru, life, death, everything is great. Without Guru, life, death, nothing is right. Whoever decides life or death, it is only with Guru, lives enlightened and lives to the vertical zone to be immortal forever. There is no death. Without Guru, even when you have your so-called life, it's extreme torture and destruction, suffering. Neither life nor death is worth going through without Guru. With Guru, both are worth going through.